So in today's topic we are going to discuss about the NFS. So what is the NFS and what is the purpose of the we are using the NFS? So NFS is basically we are using into the network file system. So NFS means network file system, and majorly it is using to share data across Unix based servers. So what is a Unix based servers? Let it be you will be having a example. We have a server. This A server is a let it be Linux, and you will be having the B server. This B server is Ubuntu. So these are the two servers you are having. So one of the major activities is that let it be due to the time of patching, at the time of execution, at the time of when you are performing sharing of the data. In the moment of the time, the concept is that okay, always you want to copy the data from the A to B or B to A. This is a regular activity. To overcome the traffic irregularities, nothing but traffic hikes and all, what we are doing in particular A or particular B, we are creating the one folder. This folder we are making a mount to the folder. This particular folder will be we are mounting to the A server. So it is a kind of the same mechanism whatever we are using the Google Drive. So in Google Drive concept also, what is the thing? For example, once you place the data into the Google Drive, let it be you placed from the your laptop. Okay. So when you are accessing from your mobile also, if you are connected to the Google Drive, automatically you can access the data. Nothing but you can download, you can upload, you can do the modification with the existing data. So that's the same mechanism we are also using the network file systems. So here the concept is that it will be applicable only Unix file systems. Unix file systems means what? So we are having the 250 Unix file systems like Ubuntu, CentOS, Fedora, Kali Linux, IBM AX. So in between sharing of the data, sharing of the file system in between the one to other, only this is applicable. It is applicable for the Unix based file systems only, not a Windows. For example, you want to share the data from the Windows to the Unix, it is not supporting because it is supported by the only Unix based file system. And what are the major things? So the file system type, type will be NFS version 4 or version 3. So this is the file system type. Okay, like how we are having the ext4, ext3, ext5. In the same way, this NFS also have the one file system. That file system name is called NFS v4. v4 is a version only. That v4 or v3 is the version, but file system type is that NFS. So NFS is the file system type. So what is the basic advantage of this thing? It will be advantages will be auto sync, means automatically the data will be replicated. Secondary thing is that traffic will reduce. So earlier cases, what if people are doing? People are transferring the data from the A to B every end of the day or B to A. So nothing but every day they are working from the morning to evening. So let it be, if you take the banking system also, in banking system they are taking everything, the data from the morning to evening. whatever the data they completed, everything they are going to collect it. And evening, so the manager copying the entire data to upper bank, nothing but let it be state bank or some other bank, main branch. So this is a kind of the regular activity. So whenever the traffic is initiating, that is from the one bank, let it be in particular area they are having some 30 banks. So 30 banks, if they are generating the traffic, means the server load will be increasing. Not only the load, the server capacity unnecessarily it will leads to the lot of the problematic situation. To overcome that one, what exactly we are doing, we are placing the kind of shared mechanism. The shared mechanism is that, okay, once you done, you place the data with your branch name. So how we are using the shared mechanism, nothing but Google Drives. So Google Drives also we are using the same thing only, right? Google Drives also we are creating the one folder name and we are placing our data. The data will be accessing from the anywhere, nothing but from the mobile, laptop and other places also we are able to access. That's the same situation here also we can able to perform it. We can perform it with the day-to-day activities and automatic secure also. Since we are placing the data, we need to bother about security, traffic and sync also. What is a sync? Synchronization is nothing but automatically data will be appear. For example, let it be 100 files are already there. There is a one more file he created. Automatically that should be reflected into the B folder. Means 100 plus 1. 100 plus 1 should be reflect to the, this is called automatic sync. Nothing but whatever the changes are happening, whether adding or removal or permission changes, any property changes, everything should be reflecting into the nation or the pathways. Everything should be listed out. That is one of the major advantages into the NFS. So let me go to the concept of NFS one minute. Yeah. So coming to the, so if you perform any kind of these activities, the primary thing is that you need to be as a root. So root is a primary user, nothing but he will be having all the access. Sudo is nothing but a specific user, nothing but if you have any specific support means you are going with the sudo users. Okay, first of all you need to be have a rights to install particular services. So as I said you earlier, NFS v4 is the preferred, nothing but NFS v4 is the latest version. So whenever you people are installing, creating the repo, automatically the same version only will come. And 2049 is the port number of NFS. So make sure that in interview questions also people will ask you that what is the port number of NFS. The port number of NFS will be 2049. So this is one of the major important question when you are going with the interviews. 2049 is port number of NFS. So once we done, what exactly we need to do it here? First of all, let me go to the setup mechanism, how we are going to set up. So let it be we discussed about what is NFS, what is advantages of NFS, okay, why we are using. The concept is that sharing mechanism. Okay, so now we will go further installing. So before installing, the first thing is that we need to have root or sudo privileges. That's primary thing. Secondary thing is that repo should be exist. Why repo need to be exist? we want to install the packages. Yum install NFS star. So right now, let it be that is what the advantages of Yum. You don't want to be bothered about all the types of the things and all. Just trigger the NFS star. All the NFS, whatever the things are there, packages, sub packages, dependent packages, everything will come into the picture. Once you install, fourth step, start the service, enable service. So start the service, enable the service. Once you start the service, enable the service, then we are going to the create shared folder in source server. So let it be here, I will making as is a most source server. Okay, so my source server is IP address. I'm making as one as a source server. So one folder I'm creating here. Let it be NFS underscore share. NFS underscore share. Okay. The sixth one is that. Okay. So once a share is created, /etc everything I will show you in practically. Just I'm drafting what exactly we are going to do it. So this is a path of NFS /etc exports. So /etc exports is the path of NFS. Go, we are going to add entry here. We are going to add an entry here. What exactly entry we are going to discuss. So once we added entry, export fs-v or export fs-r. So these are the some of the commands we are going to trigger. Eighth thing is that enable firewall or add port number. What is a port number? 2049 or NFS services to firewall. Okay, so then restart all services. So these are the exactly what we are going to create it into the source level. So let me go to the implementation state. So right now I'm into the server. I'm just creating one more client server. One minute, I'm just setting the so make sure always you select SSH root login. Okay, then only the services will going to be enabled. So once you're done, so I'm making the one more client actually. So let me trigger the install. So it will be installing all the packages. It will take just some moment of the time. Okay, so by the time what we are going to do, it means let me go to the here. This is the my server. I'm making as a server. Let me trigger with IPR. So this is the IP address of the server. So as we go with the document, let me go with the document. So first of all, I want to install the, first of all, go with the process, have a privileges. So I logged in as a root. First one is clear. Second thing is the repo should be exist. Yum repo list all. So yum repo list will be existed. Okay. So yum repo list will be existed here. So now the next step is that, okay, so once this is completed, we are going to install the packages. So here the packages will be yum nfs-utils, and these are the different packages are there. If you want to go with that one, install yum install nfs star. NFS star is the all the packages of NFS will be installed, and this poly it will also some of the additional package. This one also it will going to be selecting, means I'm randomly selecting what are the packages start with NFS, whatever the packages start with policy core utils. These are the packages I'm going to be install into the my server. So as of now I haven't given the -y. Why means I want to make sure that what are the packages are installing. Just I want to go through it before installing. So yum is the command to trigger into the installing NFS and poly core. It will be taking from the our repository. These are the repositories we are having. These are the two repositories we are right now. It is enabled. Let it be trigger. Yes. So it will take you the moment of the time to capture the information. You can see that there is a 27 packages are there. So these are the dependent packages. Okay. So if you go through that above also, other packages also, it will list you out. I trigger for the NFS, but you see that here NFS utils course, NFS 4, NFS 4 client, policy utils, debits, devils, GUI, means whatever the other packages which are start with specific name, those also it is considering. So here these are the set of the main packages, and coming to down, the down one are, these are the dependent packages. So dependent packages means whenever we are installing any primary packages, there is some sort of the dependent packages will be there, which may need to install for the purpose of for betterment, or maybe some application need the libraries, some application need the dependent support also. So here it is asking yes or no. Totally 27 packages are there, including the primary packages and dependent packages, and this is the size of the thing. Okay, installation size is this one. So it is asking yes or no. So I'm trigger yes. If you trigger yes, automatically the packages will be going to be installed into the my server. So by the time I will check what is the status of this. So what we are making, why I am installing this server means, one server I will make it as a client, one server, I make it as a server. From the server level, I'm installing the one of the packages. I'm creating the one share. On the client side, I'm mounting and accessing. That is what the expectation. You can see that these are all the packages are installed into the environment. Okay, so now what is the next status? So once you install the packages, so as I said you earlier, there is a one folder I'm creating into the primary server. So this SRV NFS shared, SRV is something like that, share source. I'm creating the one folder. This folder I'm giving the full-fledged permissions to the client. Nothing but I'm giving the 755. 755 means read, write, executable permissions I'm giving to the particular folder. Why? Because whenever we are accessing the data, we are going to perform the read actions, some of the times write actions, some of the times other actions also. In the time we are going to perform by using the we are going to perform by using the operational activities. To accept that one, we are giving the 755 permissions. 431 is nothing but 7. Read, write and access. So what exactly we are going to do it? So first of all, before I'm triggering, I'm going to validate whether it is there or not. lsfnld, the file is not there. Okay, so the next action is that, let it be before that, I'm going to check it out. Okay, yeah, so I'm going to check it out, the particular package I'm going to install it. So this user is not there. If we have a user means we can create it. If the user is not there means it automatically will take you that as a root user. So whenever we are creating any kind of this type of shared mechanism devices, the client team or the application team will tell you that please make the user for particular directory is, let it be web app or Apache or any kind of username. Why means this is under the control of shared devices, will be under the control of application pins. For example, for me the client said that NFS nobody, this is one of the user, but this user is not there. So how I am going to check it out? So just select ID space, this user is not there. So I'm going to interact with the user. I will tell you that this user is not there. So that is the reason we are in a position to create it. If you want to create means how you are creating, like a user add username. So once we created a user, automatically now what I'm doing here, this is for the directory creation, this is for the giving the privileges. So I given the privileges. Okay, so now list out. Now this particular thing will be there under the control of NFS nobody. NFS nobody is a primary and secondary permission request holder. It will be support you for that. So once it is done, automatically your services will be created. Nothing but now you created the directory. Once you create a directory, So this configuration changes is a depends upon our situation. Sometimes it will going to be need, sometimes nothing. But if we are using SC Linux, some of the cases, every operating system people are using some specific things, SC Linux activities. In that time, people are going with the mechanism of SC Linux. So in my condition, if I'm not using the SC Linux, nothing but if the client said that use this, then only we can go for that. Okay, so this will help you out to install the your software. So if you can see that here, adding the entry into the slash etc fs tab, sorry, slash etc exports. So you can see that here this is the source whatever we created, and this is the IP address. This IP address we are going to change it. So for example, if you can see that here, my IP address is 192.168.220.129, but what given here, instead of 129 I given a 0 slash 24. So 0 slash 24 is a kind of network range. Means if you replace the 0 with 1, okay, then it's a 192.168.220.1. Instead of 1 you replace with a 2. Okay, so it will be consisting of in that range, whatever the range it will be, everything will be giving the privileges, not for the one server, entire set of users. For example, there is a 20 users are there, 20 IPs are series of IPs, means like this. So in the time we are giving the privileges to everyone. What are the privileges? Read, write, sync. It should, they can able to read, write automatically, the data will be sync, and root no cache, nothing but we are not giving the privileges to delete the data. Okay, no root squash is something like that. Okay, being a root user they can able to delete, but so no root squash is anything, but we are giving the privileges to don't delete the data. Okay, so first of all, cat slash etc exports. So I will see that I'm not having anything. Okay, so we are using the nano is the one of the command, nano space, this one I'm using exports. We can use a VA also. Okay, see that here, this is the one I created, so my IP address is the same. Okay, so just the copy, control C, right click. Okay, so if you want to save the changes, means control O, leave it, enter, control X. So again it is showing the entries are added here. Okay, so once entries are added, nothing but my source server, I'm in a position to push the data. So let me enable the services. So first one is exporting of the things. So first one is exporting of the thing, nothing but the server services is ready to export. If you can see that, if you trigger V, it will show you that these are the particular file system. This server, it is ready to export state. What is the file system type? This is a file system type. These are the details of inside. These are the inside details. So once it is added to the firewall. Why we are adding to the firewall? You can see that I'm adding to the NFS, Mount D, and RPC bind. RPC bind is again the same set of the cases, network level changes. Okay, so these all things I'm adding. I'm reloading the firewall. Once it is added, again I'm going to revalidate. So I'm going to, how I'm going to revalidate? So this is the one of the command. Another command is show mount. So this command also will list you out what are the things are I mounted. Nothing but what are the things that I am going to share to the device. So now you can see that these are the things it is ready from the server end. Nothing but from server end I'm going to share the particular drive into the, let it be, I'm going to the particular directory. I'm just creating test1, test2, test3. I'm creating. Okay, let me show mount hyphen e. Things are there. Let me wait for my client server. It is almost going to be done. So once the client server is done, what we are doing? Nothing. Simply just we are mounting the device. We are installing the NFS packages automatically. Mount hyphen t. T is nothing but type NFS4 and the file system type. So this is the particular file system type. Source 1, nothing but here 133 is there, but exactly my file system, my server IP is what? 129. I need to make a use of 129 colon, immediately there is no space. This entire thing act like a source, nothing but there is no comma, there is no spaces over there, and the source path slash srv nfs shared, and to this is the destination path. Automatically it will be mounting to the NFS mount pad, nothing but here mnt is one of the mount pad. The user is treated, it will automatically mounted. So client side we are not doing much changes, just installing and mounting. In the same way, one server we created as a master means number of client servers we can able to touch upon. So once we added in slash etc fs tab, here we are adding the entry. The entry will be adding over there. Okay, like source, destination, file type is NFS, defaults 0 comma 0. So in this way we are adding the entry into the destination side also. So it will take a little bit of the time. So by the time, do you people having any doubts? This is the NFS client, so this is a NFS user. Let it be NFS server 192.168.22.139. So in the same way, I'm going to create another one, NFS client. So that is also, let it be 192.168.22.140. Okay, here the OS is a Linux. Let me think of that. Here the OS is Ubuntu. Okay, so these are the different things I'm creating. So what exactly we are going to do it here? We are creating here one small network device, network folder we are creating here. This is our network folder, NFS share. One drive we are creating here. NFS share is a small thing we are creating, and this one we are going to mount it. This one we are going to mount to the your client server. So your client server, you can mount it with a different name. For example, NFS share is the some name into the A drive. I'm making as client NFS something. I'm making, this is the source, this is the destination. So whenever I'm placing the data into the this folder, okay, automatically the sync up will be happening here. Automatically acknowledgement here, both the situation will be happening. The data will be reflecting from the here also. So the primary thing is that we can avoid the traffic. The traffic will be reduced and the server will be automatically created very fastly. So that is what the people are in corporate companies also doing, especially banking mechanism or everyone. So if you see the small companies and all, end of the day they are updating the Excel, right? Like today these are the sales are happen. Today this much of expenses are happen. People are updating. In the same way, if you go into the banks also, they are going to mention in the same thing. Today this many loans are happen. Today this much of expenses are happen. Today this much of benefits are happening. This many are new customers, this many are old customers, and the details are going to be by end of the day they're going to close the session. So at the time of the close the session, what the people will do, they are closing the session here, they are updating here the file, but they are not moving the file to here. Since simply they are updating, automatically the operating system will take care of the responsibility internal syncing. Internal syncing means automatically, for example, that's the same thing, right? When you are placing into the Google Drive, have you informed to the any client user, otherwise your file you want to share it to them, the file is there or not? For example, you want to share the file to the A to B person, so you already had a setup that you already given a privileges to the particular folder to the B person. So whenever you are placing the new data into the A drive, automatically it will reflect. Whenever he need, he can take and he can work on the things, right? So that's the same situation here also. We provided the things and all. We no need to bother whether whenever he is going to take up. Once we place the data into the Google Drive, automatically the data will be reflected into end user immediately. But the thing is that whether the guy is using or not, that should be their wish, okay, but the data will be automatically reflecting. So that is one of the major advantages of NFS. So by that what it will be avoid, we can reduce the traffic will be reduced, and moreover security also inbuilt will be there. As I said you earlier, security is one of the major factor we are allocating to the specific users. We are not allocating any user for the access part, and not only that one, it is under the control of the root. Okay, so we are giving the specific privileges to the particular directory. So in production environment also, most of the times you will get this type of the things, means your NFS server is service is not coming up, okay, your services are down, your server is not mounted, this type of the queries will come. So whenever you're getting the queries, based on the queries we have to be act upon. Nothing but you need to check the status, you need to mount it. After that only you need to go for the repairing of activities. So these are one of the major advantages into the NFS environment. Okay. So till now what we done? Till now we completed this setup. This setup is nothing but installation of the NFS, shared device, and ready for exporting mechanism. Everything we completed. Now is supposed to be doing it into the this part. This part will be just installing of NFS and mounting only we need to do it. We are not doing anything other than that here. Simply we are mounting the devices. So mounting the devices will help you out to sort out the server. Okay. So just we'll wait for the 2 minutes. Let me this one will complete. Then it will be helpful for us too. Okay, I will show you that one. Just allow me 2 minutes. So this is one of the client server. The client server IP is that IPR. I could see that 220.131. So next course of action is that as per the document, I done the setup of the thing. I need to mount it. If I want to go for the mount means, as per the document, I need to go for the installation of the thing. Nothing but let me install the NFS. First of all, yum repo list. When I trigger the yum repo list, these are the repos are there. Yum install NFS start. So this time I'm giving the -y. Y is indicating that don't ask me anything, directly install. I'm saying that install. It is installing the operating, in particular operating system, my package. So these packages are, it will going to be installed. So let me see that it will take you the while. So once install, then I need to go for the, this particular thing should be added into the my FS tab. Let me note it down, this one into the one of the notepad. Okay, so here this is the server IP address. So here server IP address is totally different because my client IP address is 220.129. So 220.129 I need to replace, and this is the same thing, and this is the particular NFS one. Here I make it as a MNT. Instead of MNT, you want to make it as NFS client. Okay, so here we need to create a NFS client and we need to perform this one. So this one also mount it. So here also I need to replace the IP address. NFS hyphen client. I will go through here. Still it is validating the packages. It will take you the while. Since it's a new server, it is taking everything into the 1 minute. So once the packages are installed, next step is that we need to create a NFS client particular directory. Let me trigger df-dh. Here this particular directory is not there. mkdir this particular directory I created. This particular directory I created. Next step is that mounting of the thing. Same, I'm following the document only. Okay, so here I think the directory creation is not there. MNT is a by default one, so that is the reason directory creation is not there. But here myself, instead of MNT, I went with a different type name only. I changed the only name. So what I'm going to here, mount the device -t is the type, NFS4 is a particular version. This is the particular thing, it is shared from the my client. Okay, and I'm mounting the device. So after I mount df-dh, let me check it out whether it's a mounted or not. So you can see that, right, it is a mounted. If you can see that the entry df-dh, see earlier df-dh how it is there, the file system is not there. If you can see that here the source name is coming like this, means it is coming from the your server and your file system. This is a NFS v4. So same thing we are adding the entry into the FS tab. So FS tab also, if you want to add a entry, means you need to go to the cat/etc FS tab. So let me go to here cd NFS client. You are able to see that files here, Sachin, you are able to see the files here like a test1, test2. These are the files I created. Where I created into the server, but automatically it is synced into the client. I'm able to access the client. Okay, so that is one of the major advantages of NFS mechanism, nothing but you no need to perform any kind of additional activities here. So you no need to perform any kind of additional activities here. So it will be automatically sync up going to be happening. So that is one of the major advantages of NFS. So once it is done, once if you want to make a /etc fs tab. So we are adding the entry into the fs tab, nano space /etc fs tab. Open it, come down, whatever we pasted like a source, destination, file system type, these are the things something we added. R2XRE, these are the things it is related to the NFS. If not also you are going with the default 0 and 0 also we can give it, that is not an issue. So I added a entry, control plus O, leave it, press enter, control plus X. So let me validate here, it is added here. Why we are adding into the FS tab? So if you are adding into the FS tab, automatically if there is any changes are coming, let me server is rebooted or anything also, your file system will be present here. So that is one of the major advantages. Let me I am going to here. So what I will do, let it be touch test 111 something I created. Now it is a listing. So I'm go to the server. Okay, so shared device, right? Let it be, this is the shared device. Automatically it is listing out. So this is the advantages of NFS mechanism, nothing but someone file system will be the local to the another file system. It will act you like a file system will be very useful. Okay, you got a point?